I want you to do me a favor. This is Liminal Musings. I'm Addy here on the Lost Saves YouTube channel. We're coming in a little late. I'm actually recording this on the Saturday that it's hopefully even getting uploaded on. Got some noise in the background, whatever. I want you to resist the urge to go all in. Now, what this applies to could be a lot of things. We don't need to necessarily be specific, but in this case, I'm thinking about just gaming and hobbies in general. These days on the internet, everyone gets a following by being the expert on a specific thing. They basically know life it, and you're encouraged to kind of do the same. We've somehow gone from the internet or in the World Wide Web being a place that encourages you to explore so many new interests and hobbies and whatever, to a place that kind of almost forces you to just double down and really hone in on only a singular thing or two. And that feels pretty limiting for a lot of people. Naturally, as things progress in life, you kind of come and go and ebb and flow with specific interests. Maybe you're picking up a new game that you haven't played in a long time, but you used to love and you're very excited for. That's great. I highly recommend you do that, especially if it's something personal to you, if it's something that would give you some fulfillment or help you pass the time in a meaningful way, help you relax, help you express yourself, something like that. What I don't want you to do is feel obligated to go all in on that thing and make it your thing. It sounds silly to say out loud, but really, I think it's more common than we realize. An example of this would be my resurged interest in Minecraft. And even more recently, I've had a little bit of a resurged interest in old school RuneScape. This is a natural thing that happens every 6 months or so. Same thing with a lot of games like Warframe, Halo, whatever. I go through waves where I really care about playing this specific kind of thing. And that's fine. That's great. I love it. But what the internet and what I guess popular YouTube channels kind of encourage you to do, and especially if you are a creator yourself, if you stream, make videos, guides, whatever, you're going to feel that nag, that pressure to then turn around and make it a bigger deal than it needs to be. Like my interests in old school Minecraft right now, like I'm having a blast playing Minecraft, and it's been amazing watching my kid play Minecraft. He's not even 4 yet, and he went from, we handed him a controller with Minecraft because he was interested in it when I was playing it on the computer, and him having no clue how a controller works, to a week later he was playing mostly independently and only asking for help when a couple little things didn't work or to find a very specific item in creative that he obviously didn't know how to search for yet. And now, a couple weeks later, he plays completely self-sufficiently, more or less, and flies around and has found amazing caverns and dungeons and has built and destroyed cities and villages and houses and train tracks between houses. Like, it's incredible. That's great for a 3-year-old who that's basically his only video game experience. That doesn't necessarily make a lot of sense for an adult who's playing other things and has other responsibilities. So for me, getting back into Minecraft, it was great at first, just doing my Let's Play and playing normally or whatever. But then I had this urge, especially again as a YouTuber, this urge that comes up all too often, in that I want to do more. I really like this thing right now. So obviously the answer is that I need to plan out and script out dozens of videos about the thing, covering mods, covering how to do this, covering how to do that, playing it in this way, playing it in that way. If you really care about this thing and you want to sustain doing it for a long time and you want all these different experiences, that's fine. Like if you can do that, that's fine. But for a lot of us, we jump the shark a little bit. We get a little too excited about the new hobby and we get a little too invested early on, and then we don't stick with it. And if anything, it seems pretty clear that this front-loaded overinvestment actually leads to quicker burnout of that hobby. I've seen it referred to in a bunch of different places as the 2-week blank phase, 2-week Minecraft phase, 2-week drawing phase, whatever, where you get really invested in doing this thing and playing it and whatever, based on, a burst of inspiration from someone else's video or from thinking about it again, talking about it with a friend, whatever. You get a burst of inspiration and get really super into it for 2 weeks, and then you're done with it again. And you leave it there for 6 to 9 months to multiple years. There's nothing wrong with you or that phase itself if you take part in it. But realistically, that's not a fun way to engage with your hobbies. Like, it starts to feel weird. A lot of people get a lot of imposter syndrome, myself included, especially the neurospicy of us that have a bunch of different interests we bounce between, because it feels like we're not actually into that hobby. We just bounce between things and aren't really interested in any particular thing. When the reality is, we get so hyped up and into a thing that we actually end up getting overwhelmed, and then it stops being interesting. That's specifically why I slowed down with Minecraft. I took it back to beta, and even though I promised a couple other videos, I haven't rushed to get them there because I don't want to ruin it for myself, because I'm having a blast just jumping in once every week or so, putting 30 minutes to an hour in. Maybe I do a couple back-to-back sessions because I'm really having fun with it and building out my little world there, and then leaving it at that. Like, I still have the interest and I have the drive to do more, but by not overindulging in that drive, by not overloading whatever, if we abstract it out further, by not overdosing on dopamine from it, I then want to come back to it and want more. And then it's that much more enjoyable when I go get that more, and I'm not just done in a couple weeks. And so I'm able to extend what would typically be just a temporary phase of an interest in a thing to like a longer, that's how you build long-term involvement and enjoyment out of a thing. That's how you do it. And I saw myself when I was first getting into Minecraft. I was starting to list out all these videos, and I was watching all these videos, and I got super excited. I saw myself falling into that hole, falling into that pitfall, that trap. And I deliberately stopped myself. I was like, okay, I'm playing the modern version for these commentaries. I'm playing the beta for the Let's Play. I want to start making tutorials and like list videos. I'm going to run out of steam on it very quickly and then just have a pile of unfinished stuff. My Let's Play left on a dead end and not enjoying the thing I wanted anymore. And so I had to recognize it. I had to have the self-awareness that I don't need to go all in on this thing. It's just for fun. Like, I'm allowed to just poke a little bit at a time. And I think it made a huge difference. So this weekend, whatever, I would like you to take a step back. Whenever you start a new thing or get interested in a new idea, or this random Instagram, TikTok, YouTube post compels you to start buying up stuff for a hobby, take a step back, take a moment, think about what you're actually feeling about the thing, and resist the urge to go all in right away. I think you'll be happier for it. I just uploaded a couple throwback videos that were recorded a few years ago, but never really got, hosted on a proper channel about RuneScape. I just posted the most recent one yesterday about how a buddy of mine basically made a RuneScape class back in middle school. If you want to check that out. Otherwise, remember to be kind. Rewind.